Humble beginnings for our 16th president.
So it's the fall of 2019, and I was invited to preach at a church in the Chicago suburbs. So how could I not resist visiting a couple national parks when I was in the area with my wife? I'll get back to that. From ages 12 to 36, Chicago was my stopping grounds. So many great memories. My childhood home, now complete with skeletons on the roof, steak burritos, the jalapenos, and the carrots. These are fantastic. So good to be back in the Chicago area. A stop at my local high school hockey rink. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears shed on that ice. We're here at the Downers Grove Ice Arena. This is where I skated most of my life. So many memories. On this sheet of ice right here. Deep dish pizza, more deep dish pizza. Actually, this was the location of our second date, our first home, a cold and wet visit to the Chicago lakefront.
Wind's whipping in right now, I'm pretty soaking wet.
Oh, it's coming down pretty hard. Division Street, where I was a bouncer at Mother's back in 1988. Moody Church, where we first met in 1994. South on I-55, a quick stop at my former college. Privileged to walk the old football field again. Laced them up to play college football here at Illinois State University. This is also where it all ended. This is where I injured my shoulder, and a couple years later even broke my foot on this field. And then, so today America's Parks is in the Prairie State. I'm sporting my Illinois hat. This is the land of Lincoln. And today we welcome you to Lincoln Home, National Historic Site. So we have just arrived. That's Lincoln's home over my left shoulder right there. This is really impressive. They have basically this entire street blocked off to preserve the entire neighborhood where Abraham Lincoln lived. It is a gorgeous day today, near the end of October. But I was just thinking, the last time I was here was in 1979. So we're going back exactly 40 years on an 8th grade field trip.
Exciting to be here at Abraham Lincoln's home in Springfield, Illinois.
He could purchase this home in 1844.
I'm interested to see how he lived during his time here and with his family.
We head through the home today. I want you guys to keep in mind the ordinary person that Abraham Lincoln was. We're not talking about President Lincoln just yet. He'll come along later.
Sounds like he kept an open home and see all the neighbor houses and things like that. We'll learn a little bit about his neighborhood.
At the time they purchased it, it's Abraham, Mary, Robert. Of course, the other 3 boys are going to come along as they live in the home. Only one of those boys survives into adulthood. That would be Robert. Another one of the boys, Eddie, would actually pass away in the home that we're about to enter. So for the Lincolns, there's a lot of grief. Mary Lincoln loved the stove so much she wanted to take it to the White House with her. Welcome inside the Lincoln home, guys. This, of course, is the only home Lincoln ever owns. When they do first purchase this home in 1844, it is a 1-story house only. This is where the master bedrooms would have been. They finish adding on about 1856. Master bedrooms moved upstairs. This becomes the parlor room.
Hey, so how's it feel to touch the same hammer that Abraham Lincoln did, huh?
Pretty important.
The Lincolns believed in harmony through contrast. The more designs, the more colors you have, bring a room together. He wouldn't grow that famous beard we all know him for until the 1860 presidential run, when he receives a letter from an 11-year-old named Grace Bedell. In that letter, she basically tells Mr. Lincoln that she doesn't like his face, that he needs to grow out his whiskers, because ladies love whiskers. And on top of that, they could tease their husbands into voting for him. So he takes her advice, grows the beard, first president in the White House to have a beard. Now, a lot of people know him as the Great Emancipator, the one who abolished slavery, brought together the Union during turbulent times. But here in this home, and especially here in Springfield, he was just an ordinary guy. So as you went throughout the home today, and as you go throughout Springfield, I hope you keep that in the back of your mind. An ordinary person who will go on to do extraordinary things. You guys might even see a little bit of Lincoln in you. On behalf of the Lincoln Home National Historic Site, my name is Devin. Thank you guys so much for coming on the tour today. I appreciate it.
So we're in the backyard of Lincoln's home right now. What was the joke? There's 6 bathrooms in the house?
8.
8 bathrooms. And where would you find a bathroom in the Lincoln home? Under the bed, yeah. So we're in Illinois, it gets cold in the winter. That was your bathroom, and then you carry out to this little area in the backyard. There's your outhouse. So what'd you think of the tour?
I thought it was really interesting to see where the Lincolns lived as an average regular family, raising their 3 boys.
If you want to learn about Abraham Lincoln, Springfield, Illinois is definitely the place to visit. Right now we are going to the most sobering sight. This is Abraham Lincoln's tomb.
I just feel like if you were to ask Abraham Lincoln how he would want to be buried or remembered, I just feel like he'd want to be buried in the local cemetery with a little tiny tombstone, just because he was a humble man, and I think this would probably blow him away.
So with the entire 8th grade field trip behind me, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. And remember, here at America's Parks, there's always room for you on our next National Park Adventure.